Good evening, sporting fans. Over the next 2 weeks, the top table tennis players from across the nation will face each other in a contest to determine the national team champion of Grenada. The event is part of the Grenada Table Tennis Association's annual national championships, which begin this Saturday at 3 in the afternoon at the Public Workers Union Centre. The competing teams will first participate in a round-robin series, following which the top 4 teams will contest the semi-finals and the winners will meet in the final. We can tell you too, the championships will include a women's team event, but the winners will be decided in a round-robin format. At the end of the men's and women's team competitions, the individual events, men's and women's singles and doubles and mixed doubles, along with boys and girls U11, U13, U15 and U20 will be contested. The national championships will include open veterans for 55 years and over and an open single for novices, a competition for first-time players. We can tell you as well, entries for the individual events are open until November 20. Interested players, schools and clubs can register with Coach Rose Newland, the Ministry of Sports, or Ray Roberts, 414-7203. 414-7203. The competition in the individual events will begin on November 23. Well, Akil Hossain, Shimron Hetmyer, Nicholas Puran and Andre Russell, who missed the recent Sri Lanka tour due to personal reasons, rejoined the squad picked by Cricket West Indies, CWI, for the first 2 games of the upcoming T20 International Series against England, starting with the first match at the iconic Kensington Oval in Barbados. The return of these top players is expected to add depth and experience to the formidable 15-man squad captained by Rothman Powell for this exciting series. Medium pacer Matthew Ford, recently named player of the series in the One Day International Series against England, steps in to replace fast bowler Alzari Joseph, who is serving a 2-match suspension. A subsequent announcement will reveal the squad for the remaining games in St. Lucia. This highly anticipated 5-match series promises thrilling action as 2 cricketing powerhouses clash on Caribbean soil. The series will bowl off with back-to-back matches in Barbados on November 9 and 10 before moving to St. Lucia for the final games on November 14, 16 and 17. Head coach Darren Sammy expressed his enthusiasm for the highly competitive series. The team is aiming for consecutive series wins against the visitors. Amir Jangu with the bat and Carey Pear with the ball led the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force to a 9-wicket demolition of the West Indies Academy as action continued in the CG United Super 50 Cup at the Sir Frank Worrell Memorial Ground in St. Augustine, Trinidad.
The spin twins, Yannick Carrier, 4 for 37, and player of the match, Carey Pear, who had figures of 3 for 14 from 8 overs, kept the academy batsmen in check. The West Indies Academy was skittled out for 135 in 34.2 overs. Joshua Bishop top scored with 31, and Rivaldo Clark added 30 to the total. Amir Jangu continued his purple patch with the bat as he led the Red Force run chase. Jangu struck 6 fours and 2 sixes on his way to 70 not out. Keon Otley carried his bat to remain not out on 42 as the Red Force knocked off the 136-run target in 26.1 overs. Joshua Bishop picked up the lone wicket for the academy to finish with figures of 1 for 29 from his 10 overs. Pierre loved the conditions at the UWI-Spec ground as this 4-wicket haul followed up another 4-wicket haul in his previous match at the same venue.
The wicket is good for bowlers. I think it's a bit slow and spinning. When the batsmen get conditions to make runs, they make use of it. So my aim is when I get conditions to restrict batsmen and pick up wickets, I tend to want to do that to the best of my ability. Good conditions, so I wanted to help my team get a win.
There was no result in the match at the Queen's Park Oval between the Guyana Harpy Eagles and the Jamaica Scorpions due to persistent rain and a saturated outfield. Before the match was called off, Guyana won the toss and sent Jamaica into bat first. The Scorpions were on 162 for 6 in 41.3 overs when the rain came. Jermaine Blackwood was on 63 not out, while skipper John Campbell posted 53 before being caught on bowl by Versame Pramol. Ashmi Ned had figures of 2 for 23, while Pramol, Kimo Paul, Kevlon Anderson and Tej Narayan Chandapal all took a wicket each. Matches resume on Friday, November 8th, with the Leeward Islands Hurricanes taking on the Windward Islands Volcanoes at the UE Spec, and the combined campuses and colleges versus Barbados Pride in a day-night encounter at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy from 1 p.m. Nasira Mohammed, TDT Sport.
Sports news for the moment.